is accepting rejection.
Oof.
I think that was really hard for me at first. You know, it's like it was hard. You know, I couldn't understand. Like I would always question a bunch of stuff, and it was always like, oh, but I did my best. Like I'm doing good. I think I did great. You know, I did everything that I was there practicing, and then I don't make something or whatever. But then obviously I ended up realizing that, you know, for example, when it comes to acting, it's not always about your talent. You know, sometimes it's just how you look. Maybe they need someone with dark hair, with dark eyes, or, you know, dark skin, and that's not me. You know, so, and that's it. It's just very hard. But I obviously, especially when I've gotten to those points where like it's like months after months where like I'm not getting anything.
Yep.
You know, you're just kind of like your motivation just slowly starts to go, okay, you know.
You are preaching to the choir right now.
But again, you know, I'm still doing auditions and I'm still going at it, and I'm, you know, you never know. At the end of the day, you never know what they're looking for. You never know, you know, what it is, and it could be something big. So yeah. But accepting rejection for sure. In regards to acting, it's been like that. And in regards to music, I think it's the same thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, I am oh so very ecstatic, you know what I'm saying, to be here at these hallowed midnights in Miami halls again with a powerhouse of a guest, you know what I'm saying? But ladies and gentlemen, before we get to introducing the powerhouse of a guest that we have today, ladies and gentlemen, to my right-hand side, we have my co-host, Mr. Christian Bickett.
What's going on, everybody?
My brother, how are you doing? Also,
good to be back in the studio,
good to be
baby.
back every single time, you know what I'm saying? Every single time that I get to
Welcome,
kick it,
Gaby.
you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
It's a vibe. Christian, how are you?
Man, I'm tired. I've been playing pickleball every day. I'm preparing for my first tournament this weekend.
Okay.
I'm playing with this sexy rock and
Okay.
paddle. Okay, shout out to Lily Azell, who's making waves in the pickleball community.
There we
Folks,
go.
hop on the pickleball wave. This sport is taking over the nation by storm. It's
Oh my
fun to play
God.
with your mom, your dad, even your grandma. Lily Azell, you are a trooper and a champion for the Miami community. We appreciate you.
God, there you go. You gotta love that shameless plug. You know what I'm
Shameless
saying? Ladies and gentlemen, how do I even put into words the excitement that I have for today? You know what I'm saying? Today is no regular day. You know what I'm saying? Today is none other than Midnight in Miami, episode number 124. And what a way to open up this episode with none other than actress, singer, Gaby Borges! Gaby,
thank you so
how
much for
are
that
you?
intro.
Oh man, we gotta do it. We gotta do it right. Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Of
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Big shout out our in-studio audience as well. You know what I'm saying? Big shouts, the best managers in the game. You know what I'm saying? Getting that social media right. Man, it's a different energy when you have an in-house audience. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm a little nervous. I don't
You know
get
what I'm
nervous
saying?
for
There we
anything.
go. There we go. That's
Oh my
facts.
God, no, don't be.
There we go.
We
There
don't
we go.
bite. We're all good.
Hey,
We're very nice.
oh man, Gaby, what do we even get? You know, how do you dive into such an illustrious career? Here I am making my my attempt. You know, Gaby, where did it all begin? The performing, the acting, the singing. What came first? What is this something that you came about recently? Is this something that came about when you were a wee young child? Talk to me about the roots of it all.
Perfect. So, actually, I started when I was 5 years old. I started dancing, right? And I would always dance. I don't know. My aunt would always like make me dance to bomba. I don't know if you know bomba.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, that's a banger. That's a banger.
Yeah. So my aunt would always make me dance to that, and I loved dancing to it, right? And eventually they noticed that like I enjoyed dancing so much that they decided to put me into dancing classes.
Oof.
So I started dancing salsa. I won a lot of competitions and it was great. They ended up putting me into hip hop classes too, where I was able to dance for the Miami Heat.
Okay.
And-
Wow.
and I also danced for the Marlins in a
Damn.
group called the Marlin Minnows.
You covering all the Florida
Shout out
sports
to the
over
Marlin
here.
Minnows.
Damn. Okay, we got to get some pickleball, you know what I'm saying, events soon.
Yeah,
you know what
we
I'm
did-
saying?
yes,
Shit,
yes.
you did the Marlins, you did the Heat. We got to do pickleball next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
So after that, when I started dancing for these different teams, you know, people from Univision like recognized me and they were like, "Oh wow, like she dances really good. I want to have her in a show." And they put me in Sábado Gigante, Don Francisco Presenta for Univision.
Sábado Gigante, bro. Oh my God.
What a
That is
throwback, right?
Oh, a throwback. That is the throwback. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
Shout out to every abuelita I've ever known. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
They've been
yeah.
there. You know
I
what I'm
love you,
saying?
abuela.
Dang. I love your abuela too. You know what I'm
Abuelita.
saying?
Thank you.
I love your abuela too. She's so nice. You saw that in my story. Continue.
Yeah, so they put me into I would always dance for like little kids that would like imitate different artists in those shows.
Hell yeah. Shout out Kids
And
Bop.
it was so much fun. Let me get there.
Kids Bop is amazing. She's like, oh wait,
I'm
hold
not
up.
there yet. Hold up.
Okay, damn.
Yeah. So I ended up meeting a lot of people, and with these people, I noticed that they had managers, and that's when I started to kind of like learn about the business.
Right.
And they were like, "Oh, like you should get yourself a manager." And I was like, "Okay." You know, my mom obviously. I mean, keep in mind, I was really young at this point.
Right.
But my mom definitely helped me out a lot, and she supported me throughout my career. You know. Thank you, Mom.
Okay.
But she definitely got a manager for me, and the manager would take me to like dancing stuff, you know, singing stuff and acting stuff, right? And for my first ever like acting gig, she had told me, "Oh, look, like there's this novela, you know, for Univision. I don't know if you want to audition for it." And I was like, "No." I was like, "No." Like, I am not an actress. I am just a dancer. At this point, I'm just a dancer.
Right.
Okay. I'm not an actress. I don't want to act. I don't know how to act. I've never done this in my life.
Good on Mom for getting you to branch out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Mad respect. You know what I'm saying?
Stage mom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, gotta love it.
Wait, I wish. No. My mom was super supportive and everything. But this was definitely something that I decided, like they ended up convincing me, you know, to do the audition. And I was like, you know what? Okay. So I ended up going, to the audition. First of all, I had no idea for what it was. You know, all I know, I think the only thing that I knew was that it was for Univision. Like that's it. But even then, nothing, whatever. And so I ended up doing my audition in English. It was a monologue, an English monologue, right?
Man.
And they look at me and they're like, "Really good, but do you know that this is in Spanish? You know, and like you should audition in Spanish."
Sheesh.
And I didn't go prepared. Like I had no idea.
Story of my life.
At that point, I didn't even know how to speak Spanish. Like it was crazy. So they were like, "You know what? Okay, I'm gonna put you in a room. You have 10 minutes to learn this script in Spanish, and then you come back in and you you show it to us." And I was like, "Okay." And keep in mind, it's like a long table and there's like a shit ton of people there, and I'm so nervous, obviously. So I go to the other room and my mom is there, you know, trying to help me understand the script because I didn't even understand what I was saying. She was like, "Okay, this is what you're saying. This is what's going on." And I'm like, "Okay." And I'm trying to pronounce it correctly and everything. It was so nerve-wracking. Whenever I go back into the room, you know, and I end up doing it. And they said that I did really good and that I have a month to learn Spanish. And if I did, that I'll be in the show.
And you were cast right there?
And, yep. and I made it, and it was amazing. And honestly, that soap opera was actually huge. Like
What soap opera?
it was called Eva Luna. Yeah.
Okay.
Eva Luna. And they ended up even taking me to like LA and stuff for like the
Damn.
end of the novela, you know, where they like filmed what is like the wedding. You know,
Right.
the wedding of the show. And I even sang there. So that's when people kind of also started to
Okay.
realize, you know,
Hell yeah.
that I'm a singer.
She's a triple threat.
There we go.
But yeah, at the age of that was when I was 9 years old. The thing is that my career is kind of like, you know, like I have to jump back and forth because some things happen like at the same time.
Oh yeah.
So when it comes to singing, you know, I started singing when I was 6 years old. I would just sing in the car. My mom said, "Oh, you're not too bad. Do you want to?"
Oh, thanks for the support, Mom.
Yeah, thank you so much. You want to take singing classes? And I was like, yeah, and I loved it. I ended up taking singing classes. I would do a bunch of covers on YouTube,
Right.
for like different songs and stuff. And I ended up getting like a good amount of subscribers and a good
Hell
amount of
yeah.
views. And I was like, wow, like, maybe I really enjoy this, to the point where I even got, signed to different record labels, thankfully. I mean, it's crazy how I started so young and
Right.
how I've had the opportunity to do so many things. And in reality, I definitely thank my parents, because I think without their support, I don't know what I would have done,
Wow.
in reality, because my mom was there all the time, whether it was even for Spanish, for example, when they told me like to learn the Spanish for a month, like she was there every day with me, making sure that I was speaking Spanish, making sure, that I was learning. And it was definitely hard. It was stressful, but it was worth it in the end because, oh my God, I love acting.
Right.
I love acting. Like, thankfully, I changed my mind and I decided to actually go to that audition,
Wow.
and I went to that audition, I made it. And after that, I just kept doing a bunch of soap operas, Univision, Telemundo and stuff. I've even done short films and it's been great. It's been awesome,
Wow. You talk about the support that you got from your mom. There's so many stories that you hear about performers that aren't really, don't get that support system from their parents or their friends, given that it's such a competitive landscape. Do you ever feel like your parents try to push you in a more conventional direction, say a 9 to 5 or whatever, or did they support it from day one to this point?
They definitely supported it from the beginning.
Wow.
From the beginning. And again, I'm so thankful because I also do know people that didn't have that support from their parents,
Right.
and they've had it really, really hard.
Oh, yeah.
Really hard to just grind and all that stuff and even have the motivation. Sometimes when I didn't have the motivation and when I wasn't, at my best or whatever, I had my mom there to help me, like, you got this, like, you're good. And the crazy part is that it seems like what I'm saying is like my mom was like pushing it and like she's the one who no, she didn't. Like, she knew how complicated this whole thing was, but because I loved it so much, that's why she was there. Does that make sense? So that's
Absolutely.
why I wouldn't consider my parents or my mom a stage mom.
There we
Because stage
go.
moms are usually the ones that are like, no, you got this, like, you're gonna do it, and like the child doesn't want to, and it's like, oh, you're gonna do it, and
Right.
so like, no, that's not the case at all. I think my mom would have been more relaxed and would have been a lot happier, or
Right.
like normal, like more, at peace if I was doing something else, because she went through a lot in the sense of like, she also had to like stop working herself, and my dad was the one who had to work. Like, she had to stop working so that she could focus on me, so she could take me to all these places. Because keep in mind, when I'm filming a soap opera, it's like at that age, it was like 8 hours a day or whatever. And she would be there. She wouldn't be able to have a regular job and be taking me to my dance classes, my singing classes, my acting classes. Like, it was just so many things going on at once. So, yeah.
Go ahead.
Did you have a normal, what was school life like for you with that kind of work-life balance?
Very true.
Well, I definitely didn't have a normal childhood. I went to elementary, and let me tell you, that was hell. Because,
Why?
oh my God. People knowing that, like, I was in the business at such a young age, the jealousy was insane.
Oh, man.
And I went through so many things. I went through so much bullying. I went through... Like, it's crazy because you would think that, I guess, somebody that, like, is in the business would be like, oh, my God, like, maybe this girl could be popular in
Right.
school or something.
No, they envy the shit out of you.
Yes,
Yeah.
they hated me. Oh, my God, they hated me, like, literally hated me. And to the point that my mom, like, lived in the principal's office all the time because I was always having problems with everybody,
Right.
because everybody was just bullying me or just telling me things that would hurt or just doing things to me, whatever. And so... that was elementary. I ended up graduating, and then after all that, we noticed how complicated it was to like be in school and like be acting at the same time. So we're like, I have to be homeschooled. So I was homeschooled middle and high school.
Okay.
And obviously that was hard for me because, I didn't have, like prom.
Right.
and,
Did you
like,
miss the social aspect of school?
I did. I definitely did. And I had to make friends elsewhere. You know,
Right.
I liked ice skating at the time, so I would go to this ice arena where like a lot of regulars would go to, and like that's where I would meet people. But it wasn't obviously through school because
Right.
I was homeschooled, and it was just me talking on the phone with my teacher and doing tests on the phone. You know,
my
like
God.
yeah, that was the homeschool that I did. It was so annoying, but.
what does homeschool entail? Because I didn't know. I thought your mother would be teaching you, but no, it's someone else. Or how does that work?
So I guess there's different types of homeschool. The program that I did specifically, it's called FLVS, I think. Yeah, FLVS. And so the way that it works is that they give you all the courses and like all the lessons and everything like online. And whenever you have a test, you have to do a test online, and you have to call the instructor and do another test on the phone.
Right.
And that one, oh my God, it was crazy, especially because I did French. French was one of the classes that I took, and imagine French
speak
on the
three
phone.
languages?
Oh no.
Okay.
I tried. No. No, I signed up for French and I completely failed. So
I'm gonna see you later.
I mean, I didn't fail the class, you know, in a way. The thing is that I've always been a straight A student, so that's good. But don't tell me anything like to tell you something in French. Bonjour. That's
There you
it.
go.
Like,
Bonjour.
Yeah,
Yes,
and I'm gonna
please.
see you later.
Yeah, no, there's just no way. I didn't even take like French 2 or anything. After
Wow.
French 1, I said, fuck this.
Did you ever feel, you had mentioned that you were bullied in elementary.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever expressed those experiences through music?
I've always wanted to express certain things with music, but that's one that I actually haven't.
Okay.
And I would like to experience it.
Ideas.
There we go. There we go.
Thank you, thank
Brainstorming.
you,
know what
thank you
I'm
for
saying?
the ideas.
I'll take royalties. Is good. No, I'm kidding.
No, you'll definitely get your credit. It's
There we
okay.
go. There we go. We go. All I need is
It's
one
all good,
shout out. You
but
know what I'm saying?
Thank you for the idea.
There we go.
No, but yeah, I mean, I would definitely like that's what I want. You know, I want my music to be about me, about things that I experienced. You know, also every now and then have that song, you know, where people just, you know, want to dance to
Hell
or
yeah.
whatever. Where it's
Right.
like whatever. But I also want to have music where I'm talking about me. I'm talking about things that I've experienced, that I've gone through, because music is amazing. Can I just say music is fucking
Hell
awesome?
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Can we get an amen for that, please?
Amen.
Amen. Okay. Whenever I'm sad, whenever I want to be like, I don't know, whenever I'm like going to the beach, like there's like different moods and there's different
yeah.
types of songs for every, you know, like scenario and every situation. And I would want to have people listen to my music depending on whatever they're experiencing too, you know?
Right, right.
Plus, I'm pretty sure, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, even though I make music, I'm still human. Like, I go through the same exact things that you go through, you know? And I feel like a lot of people don't, like, understand that. It's like they feel like the people that are, you know, like, in the business and that they're, like, you know, known in some way or whatever. It's like they're not human, you know? Like, they don't get sad. They don't get feel this. They don't feel that.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, you know? We're all human. We all go through shitty situations.
Amen. Amen. You had mentioned your career kind of being, you kind of gone like that, implying that there's ups and downs, as it does with anything. Have you ever been close to hanging up the gloves, per se, when it comes to music?
So many times.
Really? Talk to us about that a little bit. Why?
So many times. Let me tell you, this business is so hard. Jesus Christ. It is so hard. Number one, you know, I've done this since I was so young. So obviously just the fact that I didn't even have like a regular childhood was like really hard for me, and it made me like, I don't know, I just wanted to experience normal things that normal people like would experience or whatever, you know? And so it was very frustrating for me. And not only that, like, since I was so young, you know, even then, like, my parents had to open social media for me, you know, so that people can, like,
Right.
know who I was.
Right.
But obviously without me controlling it at
Yeah.
that time because I was so young.
Yeah, there's some weirdos out there.
Let me tell you. So that was
Oh.
another thing. They literally had to, like, hide everything from me because there would be people that would just send these pictures.
Oh,
we already know
man.
what.
Yeah.
Okay, that they would
Yeah.
send pictures. Keep in mind, I'm
Eggplant
like 10 years
emojis,
old
you
at
know?
the 11, 12. Like, come on.
God, that's a
You know,
felony.
and they would send pictures, yes, or or not even that. It's just the simple fact that I'm so young and you would still get like hate, like just people just saying
Really?
negative
At that
things.
age?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Negative things. I remember there was this one video of this girl that like she made a video mocking me basically, and she put it on YouTube and she was like dancing, like she was like, this is how Gaby dances, literally, and then she would just start dancing like all like, I don't know, like weird, and I was like, and keep in mind, like I'm so young watching this video, like I cried.
Oh my God.
I literally cried. Like it was just so depressing.
Was this someone you knew or a rando?
No, it was a random person.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's another reason why my parents just always wanted to hide, social media from me, because of the haters, because of the weirdos that would put all these pictures and stuff. Obviously, as you grow up, things change. It's like, whatever. Like this is already normal. Yeah. It becomes so normal, but at such a young age, it was insane. Like it was literally crazy, and the hate. When you're so young, you're so like innocent, and so like it's different.
So vulnerable.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so different, and I know that was very hard for me. I even told my mom when I was super young, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Wow.
Like people hate me, people don't like what I'm doing, so why am I going to keep doing it? And obviously, I needed that like motivation and those words of wisdom from my mother, from my friends, from other people to like tell me, like forget this. Like you're always gonna get haters. There's always gonna be people talking shit. There's always gonna be people that don't like you, don't like what you do, and what can you do? It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Now that you're older and you control your own social media, have you grown thick skin regarding the DMs, the comments, the hates, all that good stuff?
100%. Obviously sometimes I'm like seeing if sometimes I'm I try to just not read the messages. I try to avoid certain like DMs and stuff just to just to avoid that whole thing. But even then, when I do read it, I'm completely fine. Like, I understand, and that I'm not the only one. I understand that I'm not the only one. I understand that other people experience the same things. So it's fine. And even then, there's sometimes comments that are just actually really funny.
Oh yeah, like what?
Like even if it's just them hating on me, like it's literally funny. If they're making fun of me in some way, like I just laugh. I can't really remember some right now, but they're like, that's it. Like, yeah, I've definitely grown thick skin to that, and it doesn't bother me at all. Thankfully, because if not, Jesus Christ, what can you do? This career, it's all like, you're going to be getting this.
Yeah, it's going to be a long life. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a long life if you're not ready. Ladies and gentlemen, every single week, you know what I'm saying, we have three segments. And the first one is actually called Mail Time. You know what I'm saying? I stole that shit from Blue's Clues. You know what I'm saying? And in this beautiful segment, you yourself, you submit questions via our IG DM. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see a story. Whomever our illustrious next guest is going to be. And you yourself can submit questions that we will read on the air. You know what I'm saying? And these are the questions that the people have asked. Gabby, here we go. One was in Spanish, so here we go. ¿Te gustaría tener hijos? And for those who don't know, that's, would you like to have children?
Eventually in life, yes, I would love to have children. I've always imagined having twin boys. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. But as of right now, obviously I'm so focused on my career. I'm not thinking about that. I haven't thought about that. I just want to focus on my craft and get to where I want to be to then eventually, have kids and have a family and all that stuff.
There we go. The woman's got blinders. You know what I'm saying? She's focused. She's focused. There we go. Second question from our Mail Time segment. Why is your manager so amazing? That is the second question.
Who asked this question?
And honestly, I'll be honest, it wasn't self-asked. I would let you know, I'll be like, oh, they submitted that shit themselves. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? They're legit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, talk to us a little bit about your management. How did that come to be? Clearly, there are two folk who clearly care very much about you and your career. Talk to us about that.
It's really hard to find people that like truly believe in you. And I have no doubt at all that my team believes in me.
Damn.
You know, they're so invested in me and they're very involved and we're all learning together. We're all growing together. And I know that eventually we will get to where we want to be because we're all dedicated and we're all motivated for that. And honestly, shout out to them.
Big shout out, big shout out, big shout out. You know what I'm saying?
They're
Got them in the
fucking
building. The best in-house studio audience you can ask for. You know what I'm saying? And then the last question from our Mail Time segment. Christian, if you want to have the honors.
Would you act again in a novela?
Definitely. I would. I want to keep, doing novelas. A lot of people, they know me from acting in novelas and stuff. But I would like to do more English stuff too. Obviously, not take away the novelas, do both. Some Spanish stuff, some English stuff. But I want to get into movies for sure. I want people to see me on the big screen.
Damn.
Go big or go home.
Amen. Hell yeah. I saw that in Johnny Tsunami, great Disney Channel original movie. I love that movie. Talk to me about that. And thank you for sending in those questions. Please tune in. Send in those questions. We appreciate it. You mentioned briefly Spanish, English, yada, yada, yada. Talk to us about the differences in trying to appeal to either the English or the Spanish market. Has it been a struggle for you to choose or no?
So obviously my first language was English and learning Spanish was extremely hard for me. So for the longest time, I think just doing things in Spanish in general was just a huge struggle for me.
Okay.
Whether it was pronouncing stuff, understanding stuff, or whatever the case may be. Even then now when I speak Spanish, yes, it's fluent and stuff, but I still think in English sometimes. I still have my moments where I think in English. But then again, I do have a lot of supporters that are, the majority of my supporters speak Spanish. So obviously, I want to keep, doing stuff for them, and not only that, I love the fact that I'm bilingual,
Right.
It's good to know more than one language.
Of course.
So if I could do stuff in Spanish because I have the ability to because I speak Spanish, then why not?
Oh yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Very good.
Obviously with English it's definitely a lot easier. It's a lot easier. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is my first interview in English. So shout out to them.
Okay. There
I've
we
been
go.
doing things in Spanish.
Okay, we out here. We breaking
tap for that.
we
Table
breaking
tap.
barriers. We breaking barriers out here. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Christian, correct me if I'm wrong, but you did a bit of a deep dive into one of our music videos before we started recording. From your virgin eyes, talk to me about that experience for you.
I'd rather not say too much. I want you guys to see it because there
Please
could
tune
possibly
in.
be
Amazing.
a twist at the end.
Yeah. We
I
don't
watched Se Va, but your latest hit single, I believe, that you were featured on is Gua Gua.
Correct.
Am I
Yes,
saying it
with
correctly
Gaby.
as the resident
Gua,
gringo
gua.
in the building?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
all right.
a total vibe. You can listen to it cruising the beach with your windows down. An
Hell
absolute
yeah.
Miami jam.
Thank
Wow.
you.
How did
Thank
you make
so
that happen?
much. Well, honestly, Campy one day he hit me up and he was like, I want to make a song, and we got into the studio and we obviously wanted to do something different, so we just wanted to create a word, that would just be different, and just make it the song, I guess, and somehow Gua came to be. I think we were actually looking at the fact that there was a shit ton of water bottles everywhere.
That's what I was thinking. It had something
Everybody
to do with
was
agua.
thirsty as hell, I guess. I don't know. But there was a shit ton of water bottles everywhere and whatever. And we were just thinking. And, Gua just came to be. And obviously, when you listen to the song, you can interpret it however you want. Whether it's a more sexual way or,
Right.
Gua,
Yeah.
agua, whatever.
There we go.
Interpret it as you please.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how it came to be, and it came out fire, and I was
Yes.
so excited. I think that song is dope. I think the video is awesome. The video was a lot of fun to make. It was really, really cool. So shout out to Onsite too for that.
Big shout out. How important is it for you to have creative control when it comes to your music videos? When you're working with a director, you're working with a videographer, whatever the case may be, are you reluctant to let them have ideas, suggest ideas. Maybe you had a certain storyline that you really want to stay true and honor that storyline. Or are you kind of more open-minded and you're like, you know what? That's not originally what I was thinking, but I fuck with that.
So I'm definitely open-minded. I love bringing people and like just all of us coming together with an idea. For example, now what I do have to say is obviously I do like being involved.
Of course.
Because sometimes, there are going to be things that I'm not going to want to do or certain things that I wouldn't want like the public to like, envision me.
Okay. Like associate you with.
Yeah, associate me with.
Right.
Exactly. So that's why I love being involved for sure. But yeah, for example, Seva, the director came to me and he was like, I want to do this. Like, and I was like, this is a crazy idea. Like, I love it. Like, I think it's awesome. Obviously, there are certain things that they wanted to include, but we just kind of like made it fit so that I'm comfortable and, like they're still doing their, their idea. So, and it came out cool. Like,
oh yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah, and not only that, I think this video definitely transitioned me from like everybody knowing me as like the little girl that does, novelas, and it's always like the daughter and like the angel and like the very sweet girl, And not only that, I mean, I also had a program on Netflix. I didn't mention that, but I had a show on Netflix called Super Genios.
Small oversight, you know what I'm saying? Small oversight. Oh, I forgot.
Sorry.
You remember that Netflix show? Ah, damn, I forget that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry. I'm mentioning it because obviously a lot of people saw me as like that girl, It was kind of like the Blue's Clues type of like show. It was for little kids.
Wait, what was the name of the show again?
Super Genios.
Super Genios.
Yeah, like super genius.
Right.
Thank you.
So yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, I had that show, and a lot of people like always like saw me as like, oh, like you're the girl from Super Genios, that girl, whatever. And obviously, as you get older, it's like, okay, I don't want to have people like still see me as like that little girl and stuff. So this video was like a whoa, for like my audience and the people that follow me. Because
Seva, right?
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, I'm like taking my shirt off, and I'm like, well, watch the video.
Watch it. You had your little Drake, I'm not in Degrassi moment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Have to establish yourself as an artist.
You know what's funny? When we were watching the video, I was like, yo, she's definitely an actress. That's what I was saying the whole time.
That's 100%. He was telling me. Because you can tell when a singer is like doing a performance where they're not in their element, they're not comfortable acting or whatever the case, you were in your element.
That's the great thing about also being an actress is that whenever I do these music videos, like I want to, involve like a whole story. Like a story. I want people to see me and see what I could do. It's not only that I'm a singer, I also act,
Right.
And then hopefully when it comes to performing, I will also involve my dancing.
Oh,
so
okay.
Everything all together.
Triple threat.
Or maybe, eventually in a music video, I'll involve some choreography.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, I definitely see that.
Oh, yeah.
Would
Oh, yeah.
you ever do a musical?
I did one.
Oh, shit. Okay, what is it? What is it?
I did Caperucita Roja.
Oh,
How do you say
shit.
Caperucita
Little Red
Roja?
Riding Hood.
Little Red Riding Hood, yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, I did it, and it was so much fun. I loved it. The thing is that obviously I was so used to acting a certain way, like without like having to like, like
It's a different style.
Yeah, you gotta act to the
belts
last.
and like it was hard. It was hard, but it was fun. I think I would definitely do it again.
Really?
And you guys are doing plays, right? Or no?
Oh yeah. Go, you wanna?
We do it from time to time.
Do you wanna? Are you allowed to speak on anything?
I might have something coming up.
He
but
might
we'll
have
see.
something in
We'll
the
see.
works. I'm currently doing the Odd Couple, the female version at Boca Stage. You know what I'm saying? Gang.
Boca
You know what I'm saying?
Stage.
Boca Stage.
And we got some Boca peeps
There we
in
go.
the
And we got
building
Boca
today.
peeps in the building. You know what I'm saying? There we go. What would you say, I guess, has been to date besides the learning a whole new language in 10 minutes? What would you say has been one? Yeah. What would you say has been in a month? What would you say has been one of the most challenging moments for you in your career so far?
Ooh, there's been many, but I guess one that like is like the first thing that I think of is accepting rejection.
Oof.
I think that was really hard for me at first. It's like it was hard. I couldn't understand. Like I would always I would always question a bunch of stuff, and it was always like, oh, but I did my best. Like, I'm doing good. I think I did great. You know, I did everything that I was there practicing and practicing and practicing, and then I don't make something or whatever. But then obviously I ended up realizing that, you know, for example, when it comes to acting, it's not always about your talent. You know, sometimes it's just how you look. Maybe they need someone with dark hair, with dark eyes, or, you know, dark skin, and that's not me. You know, so and that's it. It's just very hard. But I obviously, especially when I've gotten to those points where like it's like months after months where like I'm not getting anything.
Yep.
You know, you're just kind of like your motivation just slowly starts to go, okay,
You are preaching to the choir right now.
But again, you know, I'm still doing auditions and I'm still going at it, and I'm, you know, you never know. At the end of the day, you never know what they're looking for. You never know, you know, what it is, and it could be something big. So yeah, but accepting rejection for sure. In regards to acting, it's been like that, and in regards to music, I think it's the same thing.
Damn.
Which industry do you think is more? Because I hear the music industry is sometimes more cutthroat, if not harder, to establish yourself in.
I would think the music is harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you have a preference between singing or acting?
When people ask me that, I cannot answer because I love
like
both
choosing one of your
things.
kids,
Like there's just no way for me to be like, oh, I like music more than acting. Like I can't. I wouldn't be able to answer. I love both things. I want to do both things, you know, simultaneously. And yeah, I don't see myself doing absolutely anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without getting too much into detail and without throwing anybody under the bus. I got to preface
throw
that.
him under the bus.
It's up to you. We've had all sorts. Shout out Cash. Cash has no fucking pena. Cash threw everybody under the fucking bus.
Cash threw them under the bus.
Cash didn't give a fuck. Big shout out Cash. I love Cash.
I love you, Cash.
Oh man. Yeah, talk to me about your experiences working with Cash before I get into my big question here.
Okay, so one day, my dad just comes up to me and he was like, oh, like I met these people that, you know, they work on music and stuff. Like you should meet them. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. And they took me to a studio where it was him and this guy named Rafi Poppy. I don't know if you guys know who he is.
Yes.
Okay.
Big shout out.
Shout out. So mainly like the contact was Rafi Poppy, but through him, you know, is where I met Cash. And Cash showed me all the beats and stuff. And I thought he was so dope. I was like, God damn, Cash, you fucking talented.
Right.
Both of them were really
he is.
talented,
It's
honestly.
insane.
It was crazy. Yeah. Both of them were really talented. And so from there, we just decided to like work on music, and we've had such a great like connection. We just get along so well.
Yeah.
And we're at the studio, and we speak the same language. You know, we're both Geminis. Honestly, I don't even know why I say that, because it's not like I'm like super into zodiac signs. But whatever, like whatever, you know, we're both Geminis, that means something, so let's just leave it like that.
Okay. Big shout out Cash. Truly, honestly, one of the most talented individuals I've ever met. So that's my dog right there. I did want to ask, Cash did briefly touch upon this, which is why I ask. You had mentioned earlier on in your career being signed to record labels.
Yes.
And Cash himself and other artists whom I've had here come on, talk to us about horrible experiences with their first, second, third, whatever the case, record label, people getting taken advantage of, money getting stolen, etc., etc. Again, prefacing without having to throw anybody on the bus, unless you want to. Your first couple record deals, were they everything you hoped they would be, or no?
Definitely not. So I think everybody has gone through that point where, you know, somebody's like stealing money and somebody's like taking advantage of you or whatever.
They promise the world. Yeah.
They promise everything. They give you this deal of a lifetime, you know? So for the people that I was signed with, you know, it wasn't really the fact that they did me wrong or anything. It's just that they had other people to focus on, you know? They had other people to focus on, like bigger people, more known people. So obviously for me, it was kind of like, you know, you sit right here. Let me keep making money from this person that's huge. And like, you just sit right there, but just hold on.
Sit tight. Yeah.
Sit tight.
Like a bench warmer sort of vibe.
Yeah, it was kind of that. I mean, I would get these contracts where you're just like, no,
Like, they
I
own
am
you.
not gonna sign this.
Right, 'cause
Like
they
they
own
just
you,
want
or-
everything.
right, yeah.
And it's like, what? No. So yeah, and also there was this person that I worked with, that I remember doing like 3 records with, and he charged a lot of money. I'm not gonna say the amount, but he charged a lot of money for them. And even then, we didn't know anything about the business, but I was so excited about the songs and stuff. We gave him the money and everything. Asked me if I even have the songs.
Oh my God.
And it was a lot of money.
Oh.
Yes.
God.
A lot. So
And you hear
I don't
somebody-
even have the songs with me. It's
Fuck.
crazy.
No,
You hear- Go ahead.
Was that just because you signed a bad contract? I mean, how does
No,
that...
it's just the person scammed
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
you
was
got
just like, yeah, the person
scammed.
just scammed me. And you know what the craziest part is? Oh my God. It's like, let me find a way to say this without being obvious.
So grimy.
But the craziest part is that I couldn't do anything about it because he was family members with somebody that was giving me jobs at that time. So
man.
yeah, in the
So-
acting. So
They had their bases covered. Damn.
yep. So I couldn't do anything because I didn't want to be on anybody's bad side. I wanted to still have my acting job, and it was a great character and,
Right.
and stuff. So I was not gonna mess that up.
So if you could give any advice to an up-and-coming singer, actress, whatever the case, that's, their eyes are fucking glimmering with hope and hope and what may be, what advice would you give them before they sign a big contract? What are some of the things that you wish you knew back then?
So in regards to contracts, for sure. Oh my God, get a lawyer. Jesus Christ. I think I've messed up so many times just like reading something and it sounding like it's amazing and just
Oh, yeah.
not being, smart about things.
I
Like,
hear the word contract and I start shaking immediately. I'm
Yeah.
terrible at reading contracts.
Yeah, exactly. Get a lawyer. Get yourself a good lawyer before you sign anything. Anything. Just make sure, that that it makes sense
That you're
and that it's
squared
what
away.
you want.
Yeah.
Not only that, I guess in regards to the career in general, I definitely have to say it's not easy. It's not an easy career. You're not, there's going to be a lot of downfalls. You're going to have moments where you're just unmotivated, where you're feeling like shit, where you just don't want to keep going. But keep going. Literally keep going. Like, if this is what you want to do and this is what you envision yourself doing, then don't let anybody stop you from doing it, because you could definitely, get there. For sure.
Damn, I'm out here getting goosebumps over here. I'm getting goosebumps. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? Every single week we have 3 segments, and the second one is actually the movie review of the week. My dog's still in mail
almost
time.
said mail
My
time.
dog's still in mail time. It starts with an M. I got confused myself. And in this beautiful segment, we ask our illustrious guests for a suggestion, a recommendation. I'm talking about a movie, a TV show, any sort of media. Let's say we got, 2,000 people, and they got like 2 hours to kill before the next Gaby Borges performance. You know what I'm saying? What would you tell them to watch in the meantime?
Okay. So obviously I'm a very busy person.
Okay.
I think it's really hard for me to just sit down and finish a TV show. It's not only because I'm a busy person, it's just a simple fact that I have terrible memory. So if I'm watching a show.
Same.
Yeah.
If I'm watching a show, and I don't finish the entire, if I don't binge watch the
Yes.
entire show and
Yes.
the next day I want to keep watching, I have to go back to the previous episodes, 3 episodes back or something, to remember everything, to then go back. And then I just start getting lazy.
Oh.
Because I'm like, okay, I already watched this. Oh, now I remember this. And then it's I don't want to keep going.
People talking about, watch Stranger Things season 4. I'm like, bro, I gotta start from season 1. I don't know what's
Yes.
going on,
Oh my
bro.
God, I don't remember anything, so I cannot watch Stranger Things.
Straight up.
So that's why I haven't watched it. That's why I've been a little bit lazy. But I should, because they say it's good,
They
right?
say it's phenomenal, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen season 4 either.
There you
So
go.
I'm more of a movie gal.
Okay.
Because again, TV shows is really hard.
There you go.
But I recently watched the Adam Sandler movie that just came out on Netflix. It is so
Hustle.
good. Hustle.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So good.
That movie
Yeah?
is amazing. So watch Hustle.
Damn, I haven't watched it. You guys have watched
This is
it?
a whole other version of Adam Sandler. He's more serious and stuff. And
Okay.
to be honest, I liked him better like this.
Oh, okay. All right. Damn.
Yes, I thought it was really, really good, and they have so many people in this movie. So definitely
okay.
have to watch it. It's really good.
Out of 5 stars, what would you give it?
5.
Damn.
I would agree.
I think it's that good.
Wow.
It was that good, right?
It's great.
I think it's
Very
amazing.
cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was awesome.
Well, thank you for that suggestion. You know what I'm saying? Hustle, Adam Sandler on Netflix. Check it out. Gabby, if you met someone who has never listened to a single one of your songs, how would you best describe your sound?
My sound. My music is just like my personality. It's
Okay.
all over the place. So I wouldn't define.
We were talking. We were saying.
Management's laughing at the
Yeah,
back
we were
over
talking. We're
here.
like, she's versatile. Before the show, we were talking like how she's very
Yep.
versatile. Oh yeah.
So
There's a
the
bit of
thing is
pop,
that
reggaeton.
there's everything.
Everything.
There's everything
You
in
gotta
my
drop some-
music.
you gotta
and I'm not
drop
gonna
a-
lie, I'm just gonna keep making different types of music.
Yes.
Like I'm capable of dropping a country song
Yes.
later on in life.
Yes, some country
I'm-
twang keeps
Yes.
coming out.
I am capable.
Hell
Which is
yeah.
interesting.
Do a damn yodeling record,
Can
bro.
you guys believe that like my favorite music to listen to is country?
Really?
I'm here like dropping reggaeton.
Damn.
Like I'm listening to country music. It's just
Damn, the
funny,
most
you know?
country I've ever done is that Tim McGraw Nelly collab. That's about over and over again. It's a banger. But that's about as much country as I got in me. You know what I'm saying? But shout out Nelly and shout out Tim McGraw. I do want to know how challenging would you say it is to try to take over or I guess take over a new audience, a new subgenre of audience. How difficult is it for you to develop a fan base? Is it more so the online presence? Is it the in-person performances where you find you are getting the most feedback as far as the most followers, the most reception? Where is your bread and butter coming from?
So honestly, it's definitely from my acting. My acting has definitely helped a lot in regards to my fan base, and it's been a little bit complicated to make them understand, you know, that I also sing and that I also, you know, have music. So it's kind of like starting from zero, you know, when I started, basically, it was kind of like starting from zero, and it was definitely hard. Because it's like I would do lives and I'd be like, oh, you know, I just dropped this song, and they'll be like, oh, you're Laurita from Eva Luna, you know, and I'm like, but I dropped this song. And like, you know, I'm telling you that I dropped this song. Like, yes, I am. Thank you, you know, for watching me. But I also dropped a song, so go listen to it. Go watch the video. You know, I guess, I don't know, like, it's been hard. It's been hard to like transition, you know, like, or to have people like just see everything, you know, that my novelas and also hear my music.
Right.
So, yeah.
What are some stories of whether it be music related in the booth, whether it be a live performance, whether it be on set acting, whatever the case may be? Tell me about a story of that the show must go on. Something went wrong. It was unscripted, and you had to keep going.
Okay, well, for music, that's not the case because, you know, usually you just do another take. But in regards to acting, I guess, you know, there was this one time where obviously, you know, I had like this scene where I'm like crying and I'm with my father in the show and he's also crying and it's like a very emotional scene. We're both in it, you know, whatever. And all of a sudden you just hear whatever. And I kid you not, I couldn't stop dying of laughter. It was so hard. It was both of us, honestly. It was just so hard for us to just keep going. And we were and it was like, oh my God, it was terrible. It was honestly terrible because obviously when somebody, you know, messes up or something, it's nerve-wracking. You're like, oh my God, okay, we have to do it again, you know, whatever. So it was a little bit, you know, scary, but again, you know, I have to do another take and then it ended up being fine. But there's been many cases, honestly, where like the show must go on, whether it's sound, you know, issues or just anything that could possibly go wrong, you know, maybe lights went out or I don't know, something. There's always something, you know. So you just gotta, you know, have in your head that the show must go on.
Yeah.
That's it, you know.
Are you the type that when inspiration hits you, you drop everything you're doing and you write about it, or you go to the booth, you don't let the moment pass, or do you kind of try to cultivate it for the next time that you're gonna go to the booth?
I do both. So I guess it just depends. I have my moments where I'm literally just like writing ideas like on my phone, and I'll be like, okay, I'll I'll like, you know, get to that later whenever I'm in the booth or whatever. But there's other times where I'm like, okay, wait, no, like this idea, like I need to write about it now, and I'm like writing a story or something. So in regards to my music, I've been slowly getting into the songwriting process.
Okay.
You know, but I definitely get involved in the songwriting.
That's
you know,
what's up.
I definitely know what I want to talk about. I definitely know what I want to like, you know, certain things that I want to mention in the song. But I'm definitely involved in regards to actually songwriting, like every single word.
Right.
You know, I've been learning and I've been getting there. But I'm definitely doing better. You know, like practice makes perfect, and it's awesome. You know, so yeah. So like I was saying, you know, I would grab my phone and I would just write a story or something, something that happened to me, or maybe like, I don't know, like a topic that I want to talk about and stuff. And in the moment, you know, I could even throw melodies on my phone, you know, with the voice memos. I'm just there, you know, like singing and stuff,
Yeah.
you know, holding it for the next time that I go into the studio. So yeah.
Wow. Given that it's a career, I feel like it's so nonstop. You know, like every day it's a new thing. One day I'm recording, next day I'm doing a podcast. You know, it's back and forth.
Yes.
Have you been able to take a moment and kind of like step back and like, you know, look at the big masterpiece and be like, wow, like yesterday I was getting bullied in elementary school, you know, looking into going to homeschool or whatever. And now I did this novella, I did this performance, I did a Netflix. Like, do you ever kind of sit back and be like, and look at the masterpiece?
You know, I think YouTube has literally saved my life, because YouTube, I have absolutely my whole entire life there, right? Like all the videos for everything that I've done is there. And there have been times where obviously when I'm just like out of it or whatever, I go on YouTube and I look at videos that I've posted from like a long time ago, and I'm like, oh my God, like I did this. And like, I don't even remember that I did it. And I'm like, wow, you know, and it's crazy. Sometimes I'm even talking to people and like, you know, they just know certain things about me, but they don't know me. Like they don't know what I've truly done, you know. They don't know certain things. And this reminded me of the fact that you mentioned B Kids, because I had forgotten, but I was in B Kids. Kids Bop, sorry.
Kids Bop.
B Kids is a Spanish. This is so confusing. I've done so many things, it's insane. So I was in Kids Bop.
I was fangirling right now.
I was in Kids Bop 24. Yes.
Like arguably the best album. Hello.
Thank you. And then B Kids is a Spanish version of Kids Bop that they did, which I was also in. So that's why I said B Kids. Sorry.
What song did you guys cover?
So for that one we would do like La Negra Tiene Tumbao.
Banger.
Oh my God. Again, these are so old.
What
so
about
I can't
Kids Bop?
remember.
What you do for Kids Bop?
We did Macklemore. We did some Taylor Swift.
Oh my God.
We did some Taylor Swift.
Some Tay-Tay.
Yeah. And we did some Justin Timberlake.
Some JT.
Suit and Tie.
Okay.
Yeah. Suit and Tie. I can't remember the rest.
Wow.
But those are some of them.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that just reminded me, but I don't know. Why were we?
I don't know. I'm kind of.
This is going back to my memory going,
No,
crap.
I heard Kids Bop and I lost my train of thought. That really is remarkable.
Yeah, but I mentioned it because of something that you asked me and I forgot what it was.
Stepping back and looking at the masterpiece. That's what we were talking about.
Oh yeah, so that's why that was one of the situations where I was like, oh, like I went on YouTube and I see this and I'm like, oh my God, I was in Kids Bop.
Does it?
Like I didn't know.
Right. Does it hit you how much you've grown as an artist?
Yes, it's crazy, and I even see everything, and I'm like, wow, like I love this, because you could see it in my face, like in the videos, you could see how happy I am doing what I love to do, and
Right.
And yeah, I wouldn't change this for the world.
God, that's
To be
beautiful.
honest.
Christian is also very passionate about pickleball. I don't go a day without hearing
Don't get me
about this
started.
damn. Yeah, I'm trying not
Don't
to.
get me started.
But I do want to know.
You know, I've never heard of pickleball.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
most
Do you
people
wanna
haven't.
know about pickle? Do you guys want
I
to know
do
about pickleball?
actually. I think they do. What is this? I've never heard of pickleball.
Yeah, we got 37 seconds.
Is
It
pickleball
is-
like racquetball?
It is like racquetball. So racquetball, you play inside, right? Pickleball, you play on a court that's smaller than a standard tennis court, and you play with paddles, and you usually play in teams of 2. Now, singles pickleball is insane. It's like running suicides continuously for 11 points. Pickleball is like miniature tennis and ping pong combined. It's great. It's a great family sport. My mom got me into it.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting into it competitively, and it's taking over the country.
There we go.
I think I could beat you.
paddles.
Okay.
That's facts.
Couple paddles.
That boy stays ready. That boy, oh my God, that boy
Yeah,
stays
right.
ready.
I am not athletic at all. Like, don't even
You're a
try.
dancer. What do you
In
mean?
any way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. But like, I'm not like. Don't put me to like do any other sport. Oh my God.
I'm athletic in the sense that I smoke outside. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know, that's how athletic I am, bro.
This guy's an MMA fighter.
I
He's
do
full of
MMA
shit.
a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? God, that's remarkable. But kind of touching on the pickleball scenario, I do want to know, what is your pickleball? What are you doing when you're not in the booth, when you're not recording, when you're not doing a podcast, when you're not on social media? What is something that Gaby does for Gaby?
That fun release.
Okay. So either I'm ice skating because I like ice skating.
Okay.
Or I'm trying my best to like learn an instrument. Like I'm there with YouTube, like just trying to learn the guitar, even though I suck, or like trying to learn the piano. Or I'm also just at the beach listening to music at night.
cool.
You know?
Oh.
At night at the beach.
Very
just listening
cool.
To music,
Would you ever
vibing.
consider getting into roller skating?
You know, I tried roller skating and I am not a fan of it. I like the only reason why I'm not a fan of it is because I guess I'm so used to ice skating that like
blades.
I don't know. I find it so much easier to ice skate, but maybe because I've learned ice skating, you know, I learned how to ice skate. So like that's different. I don't know. Plus I still don't know how to stop roller skating. So oh God, I don't know.
Oh, how to stop? Yeah.
I feel like
sketchy.
it's so cool to stop ice skating and there's like
Yeah, because you go,
sharp-
you like cut the ice and stuff. Yeah, but with roller skating, how do you stop?
I mean, like,
actually
it
don't
kinda
know how to
you
stop.
just keep going.
You know?
You just
Yeah,
keep going.
Keep
forever.
going
Yeah.
until you like eventually fall.
Yeah.
I do like a little spin stop, so I'll make it look pretty. I'll like do a 360 and then just come to a stop. It's awesome. Yeah, my sister got me into roller skating. I used to
Okay.
play hockey when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
cool.
love skates. Anything on wheels. So.
Damn.
Yeah,
all
that's
sorts
awesome.
of an athlete over here.
Hey,
you know?
You see, I wouldn't play that with you, but I'd go ice skating.
There we go. There we go.
Because I am not going to be good at that for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, every single week we have how many? I said three. Yes, segments, and the last one is the quest for the truth. And in this beautiful segment, we ask our illustrious guest a random, emphasis on the word random, question from this here deck of cards. We don't know what the question is going to be, but fate will decide. And here
God.
we
Are we all playing?
go.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, good.
we are.
Good.
Actually, I kind of want my in-house studio audience to shoot over some answers as well. You know what I'm saying? So y'all stay ready. Ooh, this is a good one. So everybody stay ready. Gaby, would you rather have a rewind or a pause button on your life?
Ooh.
And that's everybody. So y'all, you know what I'm saying? Stay ready.
A rewind or a pause button?
And you too, Christian.
I think, but like, how would the pause work though?
They don't give specifics,
Like,
man.
that's the thing. Like, if they don't give specifics, okay, I'm just gonna say pause
Why?
because, I mean, unless it depends on the rewind. It depends on where in my life, because I've had amazing things that have happened to me already. So I would definitely rewind to those situations and experience those things again.
Okay. All right. Christian, where we at?
This makes me think of Dragon Ball Z. You know,
Of
when,
course.
what is it, Goku or Gohan, they step into that chamber where like
Oh,
they're there for 10 years.
the hyperbolic time
The
chamber.
hyperbolic
Yeah.
time chamber, right? I would just want to go into one of those, push pause, become the best version of myself possible as life goes on, and then come out like a beast so I can just take over.
I
What
like
a
that.
great
I
answer.
like that. It
My
is-
answer was shit. Ignore what I said.
She's like, copy, paste.
Copy paste. Exactly.
All right.
Thank you.
My managers, well, you know what I'm saying? Talk to me. Where we at? Would you guys rather have a pause or a rewind button on your life? Talk to me.
I'd rather have a pause.
Why?
I don't regret anything I've ever done.
Bro, we out.
answer, too.
Everybody out here with good answers.
No,
So I rather have a pause to kind of sit down and pause and kind of, since everything that we're doing sometimes runs so quick.
Yes.
I wish I can just pause for a second, analyze, and then fucking on the go.
Yep.
And then obviously she says, obviously we learn every day, but it's like if you can have that one pause, those good 5 minutes where we can just
Right.
lay low.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
And it kind of touches back to like, you know, taking a step back and looking at the masterpiece. Respect. Great answer. Talk to me, my brother.
Shit. I don't know, sometimes I probably don't like a rhyme because the memories that you make, sometimes you wish you can go back and live it. Even though you just live it in your mind, but sometimes you want to live it again. But,
Right.
But you know, just gotta
Keep on going.
keep going, man.
There we go, man. Everybody, man. That's how you know you got good managers, man. They got a good mindset. They got a good head on their shoulders. You know
Strong
what I'm saying?
mindset in this team.
Strong. Oh my
sure.
God, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Before we start wrapping up this magnificent powerhouse of an episode that we have had today, I do have a few other small questions that I do want to get into. Talk to me about the importance of your team, that support system. You know, you briefly mentioned your mother and you know everything that all the sacrifices that she did and she made in order for you to be where you are today, and the importance that it is to have a good management team behind you. But yeah, talk to me about the your quest to find that team. You know, in the beginning of your career, you thought maybe you had a team, and it ended up not being your team. Talk to me about that journey to finding the team that you have today.
So obviously I met them through connections. I was able to do this music video with a friend of mine. His name is Miguelito. He's actually the youngest Latin Grammy Award winner. He's
Wow.
on the Book of Records. So I did a song with him, and that's where I met Johnny. And you know, automatically I think that we just had the same ideas and like the same, you know, vision in regards to me. And not only that, I feel like he definitely like understood me a lot and understood what I wanted. And I feel like with the past, it's always been like whatever they wanted, you know, whatever they wanted for me. And for sure with them, you know, it's as long as I'm happy, you know, and we're moving forward, then you know, it's great. And I was also able to meet Sebastian through Johnny, and they're both amazing. They're, again, like I said before, you know, it's very important to have people that believe in you. And I know for a fact that they believe in me. We speak the same language. They want what's best for me. They look out for me. And I'm happy because I'm able to make my own choices. It's not like, you know, they're like, you know, telling me, you know, what to do or something.
Right.
You know, they guide me the right way and stuff, but I definitely have like the last say, which is very important when having a team.
You get to maintain that authenticity.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
How important is it for you to stay true to yourself when it comes to your music? There's so many artists that come in here, you know, boast about this, boast about that. The cameras turn off and they're returning the chain as a rental. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many, you know, little, clearly it seems that you're very true to your sound, your music, and your lyrics. Talk to me about the importance of that.
I think it's extremely important because at the end of the day, I mean, if somebody sees you on the street,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
without like
Yeah.
you doing anything, then what? You know, like what? Like how are
Right.
you gonna fake that? You know, I don't know. I know that I've learned from so many people that I've worked with to just stay humble and just, you know, appreciate everything and just be yourself. At the end of the day, that's what people truly enjoy and truly like stick with. You know what I mean? Like being yourself. You know, like I have people that I follow and I'm like, oh my God, I like this person because like they're just so funny. Like they're just so cool. Like they're
Right.
just cool people, you know? And you can tell that that's them being authentic.
Are
So-
you afraid to get personal in your music? Like if you experience a breakup, are you the type to write about it? Are you gonna put that name on blast, or if they did you wrong, or are you more reserved, not really gonna do that, but you're gonna still talk about the situation as a whole?
I would definitely talk about the situation because, you know, again, I would want people to relate to my music. Whatever my breakup was, maybe there's somebody out there that also experienced the same type of breakup.
Right.
So, you know, I would definitely talk about it. Now, in regards to like putting their names out there, no, I'm not petty like that.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, I'm not petty like that. I don't think I'd do that. At the end of the day, if I make a song and you fucked me over, you know who you are. So
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah,
that's
you're
what
gonna
it
know. That's what it is. Wow.
Yeah.
Ladies and and gentlemen, what an episode of colossal proportions we have had today. Can we please give it up for our guest today, Gaby Borges? Thank you. So, Gaby, thank you so much for joining us. Big shout out to our in-house studio audience. What an episode we have had today. Thank you.
No, thank you guys so much, for real, honestly. And making me feel comfortable and making me feel at home.
Oh,
For real.
thank you.
That's what we're
Really
here for.
appreciate it.
That's
They're
what we-
awesome. So.
Oh man, that's the best. That's the best stamp of approval that you can get in the game. There we go. Last question of the night. I do want to know, Gaby, if you could tell something to, yes, I got it. If you could tell something to the Gaby in elementary school, crying herself to sleep, getting bullied every night, with the knowledge and the perspective that you have today, what would it be?
I would say, I understand that you're going through a tough time. I understand that you're going to have moments where you want to give up, but I'm still here. So just stay here. Just to keep going, keep moving forward. I'm still here and I'm not going to stop, reaching the goals that I have with this career, to be honest. I don't care what it is, but I'm going to keep going.
Little Gaby would be proud.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Got
I
goosebumps
think
up the
she
wazoo.
would. Yes. Oh, and also be strong. Jesus Christ. Stop listening to all these people.
Yeah, yeah.
Be strong.
There we go.
Yes.
God. Wow, man. Thank you so much for that. Gaby, talk to us about social media. Where can the people
Pain in the
find
ass.
you? I mean, straight up. But we got pros in his house, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that. But yeah, talk to me about social media. Where can the people find you? Where can they follow your journey?
And by the way, before I do that, I meant social media is just a pain in regards to like people and like certain things and like following. But social media, obviously, it's definitely helped with, getting myself known and stuff. So think social media nowadays. But you can find me on Instagram, Gaby Borges Official, on Twitter, Gaby Borges Twit, on Facebook, Gaby Borges Page. So yeah, follow
Awesome.
me.
Very cool. And do you have any projects that you're currently working on? Is there anything in the horizon?
I
Talk to
have
us.
so much music. So we are definitely in the process of figuring out when we're going to release these songs, but be on the lookout because they're awesome.
And what better way to be on the lookout than to go to her IG, go to her Twitter, and hit that follow button, you know what I'm saying? Let them know Midnight in Miami sent ya, you know what I'm saying? But please go on over and hit that follow button. Christian, my brother, what do you have for the people before we start wrapping up?
Go play pickleball. Invite your family. I want to see you at the courts, Tropical Park,
There we go.
Miami Beach Golf
There
Club,
we go.
wherever. Come play me. Challenge me to a match.
Challenge him.
Let's go.
Oh, it's
Damn,
on.
God.
That's it. And follow Gaby. All right,
Please
she's
do,
got
please
some
do.
bangers on the Spotify.
She really does.
More to come out.
She really
Let's
does.
go.
Thank
She really
you.
does. And your acting skills?
Yeah.
Amazing,
Thank you.
amazing,
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
We said.
No, truly,
Thank
truly,
you.
because as actors, that's the first thing you do is judge actors. You know what I'm saying? And you killed it. Straight up, like,
First thing you do, judge actors.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I could have been booked for that. You know what I'm saying? That's in the actor rulebook 101, bro. But you killed it. You killed it. I was like, I couldn't have worn that lingerie myself. I wouldn't have looked at it. You know what I'm saying?
I would have
Straight
given
up.
it a shot.
Yeah, respect.
I would've tried,
Respect,
man.
yo, respect. I appreciate it.
Respect.
Respect. Hell yeah, bro. It's 2022. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? Every Thursday at midnight, what are you doing? You go on Spotify, you go on Deezer, you go on Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. But more than anything, where do they go, Christian?
You're going to go to the Midnight in Miami Instagram. You're going to go to the Midnight in Miami YouTube.
The
Where else
YouTube
we at,
more than
bro?
anything. That's why we got 72 damn cameras in here so you
72
can
cameras.
see our beautiful faces. You know what I'm saying? Go on that YouTube, hit that subscribe, that follow. Go on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Tag us. And you know what I'm saying? You'll see a brand new guest every Thursday
Every
at
Thursday.
midnight. Gaby, thank you again
Thank
for joining
you
us.
guys.
You were magnificent.
Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. Every Thursday at midnight, you know what it is. Holla!
And it don't matter what the world thinks. You can say how you feel on midnight in Miami. Where you can push it to the limit. It gets real without